Welcome back, class. So far in this chapter, we have learned about the number system, the conversion from the decimal to binary system, okay, and from the binary to decimal. Then we learned about the arithmetic operation of binary, addition and subtraction. And after that, we have studied about the signed number systems, and in the signed number system we learned about this second complement and first complement, and we learned that second complement is used to represent the negative numbers, and we have seen the properties of the signed numbers. So far our main focus was dealing with the binary numbers, okay. So far we have seen simple numbers, usually in the 8-bit number system. For example, I write this is my one number, okay, in the binary system. So these are my 8-bit system, right? So what if the number of bits are increasing in the binary system? For example, let's say we have a 16-bit system. So maybe let any number, okay. So 4 and 4, okay, this is a 16-bit system. So if we are only dealing in the binary system, like only the 8-bit, or this is the 16-bit system, okay. So there are a lot of chances that you can make error, okay, while dealing with only binary system, okay. For example, if you just make just by writing or typing, just make one error, okay. Instead of 1000, you wrote 1001. Like you just change one bit in the actual number system, okay. So it will completely change the actual number, okay, the equivalent number, okay. So even if we have the small error of if you just replace 0 and 1 by mistake, okay, the complete number will be changed, okay. So to resolve these issues, there are different other ways, okay, for the compact writing of the binary system. For the compact writing of binary numbers, okay, that how we can actually reduce the chances of errors here by converting them to another number system, which is in more compact form, okay. So there are two mainly compact forms, which is called hexadecimal and octal numbers, okay. We are going to study these two numbers, and then there are different other forms, okay, BCD and gray code and the other. So let's have a look at this. So hexadecimal numbers, as we can see that from the hexa means 16, okay. So basically it's used 16 character to represent the numbers, okay, 16. So the base of the hexadecimal system is also 16, okay. So the power of the base will be 16 ki power 0, 16 ki power 1, 16 ki power 2 and 16 ki power 3 for this number system. So how is actually working, okay. So for example, let's say we have a decimal number from 0 to 15, and we have learned this thing that 0 in the 4-bit binary system, okay, we can write 000 okay. Like we know that we can convert 15 to 111 in the 4-bit binary system, okay. In the hexadecimal number, what is actually happening here, okay, we actually combining till 9, okay, we are following the same pattern, okay. Like the binary 1001, it's actually 9 in the decimal system, and it's 9 in the hexadecimal system, okay. Then 1010, this is actually decimal 10, okay, but in hexa we represent using A, okay. This is 10, 11 using B, 12 using C, 13 using D, 14 using E, 15 using F, okay. So these are the nomenclature of the hexadecimal numbers, okay. So the conversion is very easy, okay. For example, if you want to convert a binary to hexadecimal, okay, so what you can do, just group them, okay, in the form of the 4 bits, okay. Group it in the form of 4 bits, group it in the form of 4 bits, group it in the form of 4 bits, group it in the form of the 4 bits, okay. So we know that what is this thing, 11110, okay, this is basically 14, right? in decimal system 14, or in hexadecimal we write it using E. This is 0, so we just write 0. Okay, and this number is, what is this number? 6, right? This number is 6 in decimal system, so we just write 6 in hexadecimal also. And this number is, what is this number? This number is 9. Okay, in decimal and not in hexadecimal. So just group them in the form of 4 bits and then write the equivalent hexadecimal number. Okay, so we can convert this 16-bit binary number to this hexadecimal form. This is more compact. Okay, it's less prone to noise. Okay, less prone to error. Okay, like you are typing or you are making mistake. So instead of writing this 16-bit binary number, you can forward this command, okay, 960E in hexadecimal number to the microprocessor. Okay, and this is the conversion from binary to hexadecimal, and vice versa if you want to convert hexadecimal to binary. Okay, so we will just put up the base powers. Okay, just and then just multiply, like we just easily convert. Okay, so we will solve the couple of examples about this conversion in the live session. So this is just the column weights and some examples which we will solve during the live session. The second number is octal numbers. Okay, so the octal, okay, as the number is specifying, okay, we are going till a 3-bit system. Okay, in hexadecimal we were dealing with the 4-bit system. Okay, in octal we are dealing with the 3-bit system. Okay, this is another compact form. Okay, so in 3-bit system we know that maximum we can get 7, right? So in the octal there is no 8 or 9. Okay, so for example you can write like 000, you are going till 7. Okay, then in binary, okay, this is 100 and this is equivalent 8. So basically what is this? 100, we know that, okay, in a 4-bit system, okay, binary system, which is, this is actually representing decimal value of 8. Okay, but if we want to convert to octal system, so octal system is based on 3-bit, so we'll make it 3-bit. Okay, so 3-bit in binary 000, this is basically 0 and this is 1. Okay, 10. So in octal it will be 10. And for example, let's say we are having here another number. Let's take for example 1001. Okay, so in 3-bit system, okay, in 3-bit system, okay, this is, we know that decimal is 1 and this is also 1, so 1 is basically the octal. Okay, so we can convert, okay, the binary system to the octal system by making it 3-bit system. Okay, it's octal, so the base power for this system will be 8. Okay, so power will be starting from like 8, 0, 1, 2 and so on. Okay, so we can use this base power when we are converting from the octal to the another system, for example the binary system. Okay, so the difference between is, here we are grouping in 3 bits, in hexadecimal we are grouping in terms of the 4 bits. So hexadecimal and the octal numbers are the compact forms for the writing of the binary numbers. Okay, there is another way. Okay, this is the example we will try to solve during the live session, inshallah. Okay, there is another coding system which is called binary coded decimal. Okay, BCD, binary coded decimal. Okay, so this is one of the very commonly used, okay, coding system for the different kind of application, digital application, for example the clock displays, okay, digital thermometer, okay, digital meter, 7-segment display. Okay, for the wide range of application we use the BCD code. So basically in binary coded decimal, what is actually happening, each decimal, okay, each decimal digit can be coded as 4-bit binary code, can be coded as 4-bit binary code. Okay, each decimal digit. Okay, remember each decimal digit. Okay, okay, now let me give you one example. Okay, for example you want to write 0 in binary, we know that 000. Okay, so in BCD it will also be 000. Okay, similarly 2 up till 9. Okay, the binary and the BCD are same. Okay, now let's say the 10. So in the 10 decimal system we have 2 digit. Okay, now each digit will be coded as a separate 4-bit binary code. Okay, so 4-bit binary code of 0 is 000, and the 4-bit binary code of 1 is 0001. Okay, so we have coded each decimal in the form of 4-bit binary code. Let's say we want to code 3. So 3 in the form of 4-bit binary code, we know that it will be 1 and the 1 in the form of the 4-bit binary code, it will be 001. Okay, so this is the BCD, binary coded decimal. Okay, so there is another way. Okay, and we use this in the wide range of applications, binary coded decimal. Okay, so as here we can see that we are actually involving the we are converted to the binary system in the form of the 4-bit binary code. So basically the power system, okay, of the BCD is quite different as compared to the other system. Okay, so we actually start with the 2 ki power 0, 2 ki power 1, 2 ki power 3, and then we start with the 10 ki power 0, 10 ki power 1, okay, and so on. Okay, for example, here is 2 ki power 0, 2 ki power 1, 2 ki power 2, 2 ki power 3. Okay, then we have 10, 10 ki power 0, 10 ki power 1, sorry, 10 ki power 1, we're starting with, and then we just multiply with 2. Okay, so 10 multiplied by 2, 20, 20 multiplied by 2, 40, 40 multiplied by 2, 80. Okay, then just like we went to the 100, 100 multiplied by 2, 200, 200 multiplied by 2, 400, 400 multiplied by 2, 800. So this is the base powers for the BCD. So we will try one examples in the live session inshallah, and it will be more clear. Okay, but the important thing in the binary coded decimal is that each decimal can be coded as the 4-bit binary system. Okay, now we know that we are dealing with the binary system. Okay, and we have learned that even the switching of the 1 bit, okay, it can make the change in the overall the change in the actual digit, the number which we are going to use. Okay, so there is another form of the code which is called gray code. Okay, so gray code is basically the unweighted codes. There is no weight system for this code. Okay, so gray code is basically based on there is only one change. Okay, 1 bit change. Okay, 1 bit change at a time with respect to previous code. Okay, only 1 bit change. Okay, let's say for example 0 in binary we represent 4-bit binary system 000. In gray code we will write 0001. Okay, now the next value of the gray code will be, we will be just making 1 bit change. Okay, so this 0 will be changed to 1 only. Okay, and we know that binary we write like this one. Okay, 4-bit system decimal 1. Now for decimal 2, this is decimal 1, so we'll make only one change in the bit. Okay, so this 1 has been changed, so now we will just change this bit to 1. Okay, so we are just making 1 bit change at a time. Okay, so this is the binary decimal 2 in the gray code. Now for the next one, okay, I can change this 1 to 0, and I will keep this thing as constant. Okay, so this is representing 3. Now next, okay, because I have made this change, now I can make change in this bit. So 111, okay, 1 bit at a time. Okay, so this is representing 4. Okay, so we are making 1 bit change. Okay, so single bit change from one code word to the next in the sequence. Okay, it reduces the chances of error. Okay, single bit change. Okay, so this is the the last code. Okay, in the next code we were just making 1 bit change. This is the last code. In the next code we were just making 1 bit change. So this actually reduces the errors in the system. So these are like the different kinds of the codes which we used in the practical applications. Okay, another very commonly used coding system is ASIC2. Okay, so basically this is a alphanumeric character systems. Okay, so the abbreviation is American Standard Code for the Information Exchange. Okay, so basically all of your keyboards communicate with your processor based on this ASIC coding system. Okay, so like it will actually constitutes of the letters, numbers and symbols. Like for example, letter means we can have A, capital B, number, decimal number, 1 2 3, symbols for example dollar sign, at the rate. Okay, so this is a 7 or 8-bit coding system, so we can, in the 8-bit code system, we can get up to 256 characters. We can cover 256 characters in the 8-bit coding system. Okay, so all the keyboards basically operate on the ASIC coding system. Okay, so this is specialized code which we use for the communication of the keyboards with the processors. So lastly, this is actually the end of the coding systems. Okay, different kinds of code which we have learned for the compact representation of the binary systems. Lastly, we here want to briefly touch the topic of security in the binary system, security in the digital system. So we add the security in the system by adding an extra bit. And we call this extra bit as a parity bit. Okay, and this method is actually called as parity method. Okay, and this method is actually based on the number of, we calculate the number of ones, okay, in the system. Okay, so for example, number of ones should be even or odd. Okay, if the number of ones are odd, we call this even parity. If the number of ones are odd, we call this odd parity. If the number of ones are even, we call it even parity. Okay, for example, let's take one example. Let's say we have this code 110001. Okay, so we will count the number of ones here. So we have 1 2 3, we have 3 ones, right, which is actually odd number of ones. Okay, now if you want to take the odd parity, okay, odd parity means the number of ones should be odds. Okay, so if you want to take the odd parity, so parity bit will be 0 here. Okay, now for the same case, if you want to take the even parity means now the number of ones should be even. So we have counted 3 ones. Okay, now to make it even parity, what will we do? Okay, the parity bit we will make it, because we have 3 ones, so we have to make the even ones. Okay, so we will add parity bit will be 1 here. So in this case 1 2 3 4, we have 4 ones which are even. Okay, so in this case our parity is, this code has even parity, this code has odd parity. So we can define the parity of our system. Okay, based on the number of ones. Okay, it could be even or odd. So for this case we add an extra bit. Okay, so this extra bit provides security to the data system. Okay, for the further checking of the security of the system, we use another check which is called cyclic redundancy check. Okay, cyclic redundancy check. Okay, what we call is CRC. So we will briefly say this thing in the live session. Okay, so this is actually end of this chapter. Okay, we have learned about the compact forms of the number system, binary coded decimal, gray code. Okay, and the ASIC2 system, and then how we can add the improve the security of the binary system, digital system, by adding the parity. Okay, there are a lot of other ways, but the adding parity method is the simplest form. Like we just add an extra bit. We will solve the relevant examples in the live session. Thank you very much for your time.